October is National Chiropractic Month, so as such, I want to go ahead and share with you what chiropractic is and the little history about it, and where chiropractic has been and where it's going, okay? Chiropractic started in 1895 as a cure for deafness, believe it or not. The first chiropractor basically talked the janitor into letting him push on some bones in his back. Now, after doing that a few different times, a man's hearing was restored after 17 years of being deaf. Well, of course, that event made the papers, and of course, all the deaf people that read that, guess what? They wanted their deafness cured. So they all came to this man to try to get their deafness cured as well. But at that time, there was not another recorded case where another deaf person's hearing was restored, but they did notice that people's stomach problems, heart problems, and other ailments were getting better. So they were like, hey, not only did we find a cure for deafness, we found a cure for all disease. Now, that started in the early 1900s, and chiropractic continued to be a cure for all disease until the insurance companies stepped in and started paying for neck and back pain. Well, if you really dive into the history of what was going on, the insurance is owned by the AMA, the American Medical Association. And as such, the American Medical Association is trying to actually destroy or assimilate every profession that has been their competition. And the same thing has happened with my profession. As early as 1905, chiropractors were jailed for practicing medicine without a license. They could have paid a fine and said, okay, we're practicing medicine without a license, but they said no. They went to jail. 700 chiropractors went to jail around those times because they were claiming that, no, we're not practicing medicine. We're practicing a unique profession called chiropractic. And what we understand is that the body is always self-thriving, it's self-healing, that there's an internal inborn wisdom within us that heals us. And as chiropractors, what we're doing is removing the interference to that expression of life and allowing people's bodies to function and thrive the way God intends us to. Now, the AMA continued their campaign to try to destroy my profession. They did it through medical journals, through media, and even things like Ann Landers. In the advice columns, they were slandering chiropractic or trying to keep people from going to it. And they went as far as doing things like sending literature to the guidance counselors in high schools to discourage students from going to chiropractic school. Well, eventually, we got tired of this, and we ended up suing the AMA. In the mid-1970s, we sued the AMA, and we were kicking their butt, okay? So at that time, they noticed that we were winning in the court case. This court case went on for about 10 years. During this court case, that's when they included us in the insurance game to control the chiropractic profession by putting us into a neck and back pain niche. Because as a neck and back pain, they could compete. They have their drugs, they have their surgeons, and they have a profession they created, physical therapists, to compete on a neck and back pain level. Because honestly, they can't compete on a life expression, life enhancement level, which is exactly what it is that chiropractors use chiropractic for themselves and their families. Why is it that most chiropractors are using chiropractic on a regular basis? Because I'm going to tell you, any chiropractor, and why is it that they've been trying to discredit us and destroy us? Because anyone that uses chiropractic on a lifetime basis, utilizes on a regular basis, doesn't have to use medicine. It's not because we don't like medicine. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that it's not necessary. When the body's thriving and working the way it's supposed to, those things aren't needed. As a chiropractor, my role is to locate, analyze, and help the body bring about the correction of vertebral subluxation, or bone misalignments. It's what we call these bone misalignments within our spine, or vertebral subluxations. The nerve system is the master healing system of the body, and everyday life and everyday stress, believe it or not, is causing the bones of our spine to misalign. And what that does is that interferes with the quality of messages from the brain being received by the body and not allowing people's bodies to function and thrive the way they're supposed to. Life is expressed and experienced through the nerve system. It happens no other way. The body, like I said, is always thriving and striving to maintain that balance. So like I said, everyday stresses is causing those bones to misalign. Now, third-party pay was included to control us through money. So my profession has stopped telling the truth of chiropractic over the last 30, 40 years because they've been telling the insurance truth rather than the chiropractic truth. Because I'm telling you, every chiropractor I know does not use chiropractic as a treatment or therapy for themselves and their families. In fact, every chiropractor I know gets their own spine checked 1 to 3 times a week. Check their own family 2 to 5 times a week. Have been checking their children since the day their kids were born. Now, to me, waiting till you're hurt to go see a chiropractor is a lot like waiting till your teeth hurt before you decide to start brushing your teeth. or even waiting until your body was in a state of malnutrition before you decide to start feeding it food, or even waiting until the oil light came on your vehicle before you decide to change the oil. Obviously, by the time any of those events take place, damage is already starting to occur. Our bodies are no exception to that rule. By the time we have any aches or pains or any kind of symptoms, damage is already starting to happen someplace. Think about this. If there's enough pressure in somebody's spine that is causing them some kind of discomfort, what's it doing to the many things in their body they can't feel? It's not only affecting the things that people can feel, but it's also affecting the many, many things in people's body they cannot feel. Now, as a chiropractor, I'm not working with what's wrong with people. I'm actually working with what's right in people. We all have a natural healing ability within us. All I'm doing is removing nerve interference to allow that healing to be expressed, to allow people's bodies to function and thrive the way they're supposed to. I personally do not believe that we were designed to be as unhealthy and as sick as most of the human race is. I believe we were designed with a better idea in mind than that. And I've seen the difference in the people that do chiropractic on a consistent basis. Myself, my family, my friends, and obviously the people that come through my door on a regular basis. Now, even in school, as early as in school, I understood that insurance was a problem, okay? And I decided that while I was in school, I did not want to be part of the problem. I wanted to be part of the solution. So after graduation, I started working on a program and a system that allows people to be able to do chiropractic on a regular basis. So I've tried to remove as many barriers as possible so that can happen. I make my fees affordable so people can do it on a regular basis. After the first visit, there's no appointment. People come in, and they're usually in and out less than 5 minutes. Plus, I work through most people's lunches, and I'm there after most people get off work. Plus, I take care of people's kids. Kids 17 and under are always included in the fee system because I feel it's that important. So I'm going to tell you that every chiropractic family are taking care of their kids since birth. And most of these kids don't even have any medical intervention from the time that they're born until usually about the time that they have to have stitches or a broken bone. They enter into the medical profession, and medicine just like scratches their head and like, how's this happening? How has this kid not had to have any kind of medical intervention all these years? Because they were born at home, they didn't have vaccines, and they weren't sick enough that it required medical intervention. That's basically the story of most chiropractic families. My vision is for a world and a community, more importantly, a community under chiropractic care. Because I know what it would do for humanity. I know what's done for myself, I know what's done for the people that come in my office. I'd love to live in a world where I know that every person, that the people that are making our laws, the people that are enforcing our laws, the people that are teaching our children, the people that you're meeting every day on the road, and just interacting on a regular basis, are thriving, functioning, and just working at their best. I mean, to me, that would be an amazing world to live in. And that's my vision. I know a lot of people think I'm weird by some of the stuff that I say, but I know this to be the truth because I live it every day. I see it every day. Chiropractic realms, this is how we think. We go through life with chiropractic lenses because we view the world differently. We view the world as being organized, not disorganized. And health truly comes from here. It comes from inside. Okay. Now, I do like to speak to other people in the community, community events and things like that. So if you know somebody that I could share this message with them, HR people, and because I know it would improve the quality of the people's lives that work at the places. They wouldn't have as many sick days. They would think better, they would function better. If I was doing factory job back in the day under regular care, my life would have been a lot different. I would have been a lot more productive. And I know that the people in our community could be a lot more productive, and things would be a whole lot different if everyone was under consistent care. And that's why I make the fees affordable, and that's why I do things the way I do it, because I just feel it's that important. So, thank you for your time.